Hey there, this is Kamal, and in this video we're going to learn the basics of JSON. So let's get this started. Alright, so first things first, what is JSON? JSON stands for JavaScript Object Notation. So JSON is simply a structure or a format that we generally follow when we have to create and transfer data between the servers and the clients. There are many data interchange formats out there, but JSON is the most preferred and most widely used across the globe. That is because of the reason that it is lightweight and doesn't consume so many resources when we have to do some operations on it. JSON is the most preferred format when it comes to interacting with the APIs and is also widely used in the config files that we have for games and many of the text editors and web applications that we generally have. So before getting into the syntax, let's first see what are the data types that we have in JSON. We mainly have 6 data types. The first one is numbers. It might be a floating number or an integer number or a scientific number as well. Anything is accepted. The second one is a boolean, that is a true or a false. The third one is null, which simply means nothing. The fourth one is strings, which is a normal string. The fifth one is arrays, and the sixth one is objects. And objects are the most commonly used data type in JSON. Alright, so now let's jump into the syntax. So I'm going to open my text editor, and inside my text editor I'm going to create a file called as recipes.json. And observe here that I'm typing .json extension as we are going to use JSON syntax inside of this file. So you have to make sure that you add that. Alright, so when it comes to typing the data inside of JSON, there is actually 2 ways of typing the data. The first one is to create an object. And objects are generally created inside of curly braces. So you have these 2 curly braces. Inside of these 2 curly braces, you're going to create key value pairs. So the syntax is something like this. So let's say this is a simple object which contains a title, and the title is going to be, let's say, omelette, and this is a JSON object. So it contains a key and it contains a value. So an object is similar to an array, where in array you have a series of values and each of these values is associated with an index number, right? For the first value we have 0, then 1, 2 and 3 and so on. Similarly, here we have key and values. The key is what is used to access the value, similar to how we use numbers, that is 0 and 1, to access the values inside of an array. Here we use keys to access the data, that is the values. If you have a basic idea of JavaScript syntax, then you might have observed here that we don't generally use quotations for keys inside of JavaScript objects, but for JSON objects we have to keep the keys inside of quotations, because if you remove the quotations, then you're going to get an error saying that you have to keep the keys in quotation marks, and those are going to be double quotations, so make sure to do that. And that is the only difference between a JavaScript object and a JSON object mainly. You can actually have multiple items or multiple key value pairs inside of an object. So for now, I'm going to add some more items inside of this object. So we have description which says null, that is because there is no description for this. And for the rating it's 5 because I love omelettes a lot. And for the ingredients we have an array consisting of all the items, those are eggs, salt and pepper. And for the last one we have whether it is baked or not, and that is set to false because it's not baked. So this is one way of adding data inside of a JSON file. The second one is to create an array consisting of objects. So I'm just going to cut this out. So what I'm going to do is that instead of starting with an object, I'm going to start with an array. So we have an array, and instead of that array, the first element is going to be the element that we had created earlier. I'm going to give a comma and paste another item, and let's say this is a sandwich. The rating is, let's say, around 4.5, and for ingredients we have so here we have 2 items. The first one is an omelette and the second one is a sandwich. So this is an array consisting of different objects. So these are the 2 ways of typing the data inside of JSON file. So now let's see how to access this data on the web page. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to create a dummy HTML file. Okay, so I have a basic HTML file, and in that I have a script tag present inside the body. So now if you want to access this recipes.json, what you can do is that for the script tag you can add a source property and link it to the recipes.json. That is one way of doing it. Or you can just type the data inside of script tag, and that is not preferred because if you have a large JSON file, it's better to place that in a specific file as well. So what I'm going to do is that since we only have 2 items, I'm just going to take this, copy that, and instead of linking to that specific file, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to create a variable here and just give that data here. So now we have the data assigned to a value or a variable called as recipes. So if you just console log this data, so now I'm going to open this using live server. So open with live server. So now right click and click on inspect. So that is going to open the developers console. Then go to the console section, and here, as you can see here, I have an array which contains 2 items. The first one is omelette, the second one is sandwich. Oh wait, I didn't give the sandwich spelling right. Okay, fine, let's change that first. It's sandwich. Okay, so now as you can see here, we have 2 elements, omelette and sandwich, right? So now let's say you want to access the data present inside this array consisting of multiple objects. What you can do is that since it is an array and you want to access, let's say, the first element, you can just give it as array of 0, and that is going to give access to the first element. So if you save that and go to the browser, as you can see here, only the first one is being printed. And let's say you want to access the value of title, you can just give dot property and give title, as that is the key. And if you save that and go to the browser and refresh, omelette is being printed. So if you observe here, all the keys have been removed of the quotation marks. That is because I have an extension in Visual Studio Code and that is removing this. But essentially, if you want to create a proper JSON object, you have to make sure that all the keys are present inside of quotations. As you see here, this is the correct syntax for writing objects inside of JSON. So make sure to follow this. Similarly, you can access all the other elements present inside this array. Let's say I'm going to type in ingredients and save it. And you have an array consisting of 3 elements. You can just give it as another value, that is 1, and if you save that, that is going to print salt, as that is the second ingredient that we had. So that is how you access the data present inside of a JSON object or a JSON array itself. So let's say now you make a call to an API present online and you want to retrieve the data from that API, and that API is going to return a string of JSON values. And the reason why the returning data is in the form of a string instead of an object of JSON is because you don't send objects directly between the server and the client. You have to first convert the data into a string and you have to send that data to the API or the server. And while you're returning the data as well, you have to return the string value. And in the web page that you're currently using, you have to pass the string into a JSON object to get the data. So now let's assume that you have to send this data onto a server. What you have to do is that since you already have the data assigned to a variable called as recipes, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to use a function inside of JavaScript which is called as json.stringify, which is going to convert the data into a string. So the syntax for that is something like this. So we're going to use this json.stringify method on the recipes to convert that into a string and assign that value to a variable called as json_recipes. So now if you console log that, so if you go to the browser and check this, so as you can see here, all the data is present in the form of a string and not an object. So once you have this, you can just use a function or something else to add this or send this data to the API or to the server itself. So now let's say you don't want to send the data, but instead you want to access the data. So since the data that we have on the server or the API is in the form of a string, so if you want to access that data, then we have to convert that string into a JSON object. So similar to how we have json.stringify, we also have another method called as json.parse that is going to convert the string into a JSON object. So the syntax for that is something like this. So now we are using the json.parse to convert the stringified version of the JSON data into a normal JSON object consisting of all the values. So now if you console log that and go to the browser, as you can see here, we're getting the same output that we had got earlier when you were trying to console log the whole recipes. So in this way, you can just send the data onto the server or get the data from the server or an API present online. So these are the inbuilt methods that we generally use inside of JavaScript to parse and access the data inside of a JSON file. Similar to this, all the other programming languages have their own way of interacting with the JSON data. Some have external libraries or some have inbuilt functions that we can use to parse and interact with the JSON data. So before ending this video, I just wanted to say that We are trying our best to actually make the content here free for everyone. And if you want to support us, the link for the Patreon page that we have is going to be available in the description down below. You can go there, sign up and become a patron and help support this community as well. Okay, so that's it for this video guys. Thanks so much for watching. If you like this video, then please hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe as well. Thanks so much for watching and I hope to see you in the next video.